that here and get 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
At the 22-yard line.
This is McCaffrey. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
Christian McCaffrey.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after them, put the pressure on them.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Curtis Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. KJ Hamler returning it. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Hamler on the return. The Broncos take over first and 10. At their own.
And Denver getting set to take the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First down, Denver.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On second down now, it's Gordon. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Locke Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Gordon. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7. Lock. This is the tight end Fant. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down, Broncos.
Lock now to throw.
The handoff to Melvin Gordon.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Lock. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
First down, Denver.
From the gun, Lock. He'll get this one to Patrick. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Operating from the gun, Lock. That's going to be caught by Judy. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Again, it's Lock. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Lock's pass.
Tim Patrick, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers about ready to take over. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Jim McCaffrey, the ball carrier. He was brought down by Alexander Johnson. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 26-yard line.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
2nd and 5. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back to throw here. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Second and 12 now at the 44-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now they...
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Shaq Thompson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
17, but it brings up third down.
3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. He's got a man, it's Sutton, that's complete. Locke and Sutton on the connection there for a Denver first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Locke looks to throw it again. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And the Broncos are going to have a first and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
See the ball carrier. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
Third and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Throwing now is Locke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And now he's going to use his legs. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's McCaffrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
The pass.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard.
Throwing again on second down. Locke throwing the out route and complete. That's Patrick. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Gain of 4 yards. First down, Denver.
Locke working out of the gun. He's got his big tight end, Fant.
Blocked pass.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
The 41-yard line.
Now Locke again. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Complete.
12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the rookie Jeremy Chinn. The 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Slide for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Yetur Gross-Matos racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Carolina getting set to take the field. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
3-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Carolina, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning teams. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hissing, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition.